Good morning everyone. So in today's video we'll study about instruction set of 8051. In the previous class we have seen the bit addressable of RAM, and then we have also seen IO port, how to handle the ports and the programming, how to write the programming using ports, using bits or bytes. So now we'll see the instruction set of this 8051. Here it is grouped into 5. One is arithmetic, then logic. Arithmetic set of instructions you'll have, then logic, then data transfer instructions, then boolean and branching instructions. These are all the instructions are divided into this number of groups. So in each group we'll see few number of instructions. So arithmetic instructions. Under this arithmetic instructions, generally you will have all arithmetic like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, increment, decrement. All this come under arithmetic instructions. So first instruction we are seeing is add. ADD is the instruction for addition. So what does this instruction do? We'll see here. This is a 8-bit addition between the accumulator and the second operand. So second operand can be any register or any immediate data, or you can write a direct address or indirect register, indirect addressing mode. Even in that way you can write. So you can use any of these. Like for example, if you write ADD add, if you write A, always in this arithmetic group of instructions, the result is always stored in accumulator. So at the destination side you should always write accumulator A. Then here the second operand can be R1 or R2, R3, Rn. It can be from 0 to 7, whatever it is. So when you do this, the addition, what happens is whatever the content is present in the accumulator and then present in R1, both will be added, and after adding the result, addition result will be stored in A, this accumulator. For example, if we take an example for here, if A is equal to FE, this is the content present inside A. Then when R1 is equal to 75, in hexa. So these are the contents present inside them. So whenever you add these both instructions, what is going to happen is, if you add these both instructions, the result what you get is 73H. You will get the result as 73H, and that result will be stored in this accumulator after execution 73H with carry. You will also get a carry if you convert this into binary. This FE and 75, if you convert it into binary and if you add, you will get a carry at D7th bit. So in PSW register, the carry flag will be set. That is also a D7th bit. So see, here he has given the result is always in the accumulator. The next point is the carry flag is set or reset appropriately. If you have a carry, then carry flag will be set in PSW register. If you don't have a carry, that will be in reset condition. So now see here, this is before execution. A will be equal to FE and R1 will be equal to 75H. This is after execution. A will be equal to 73 and R1 will be equal to 75H itself. Before execution and after execution. In this way it works. Then here one more thing is, whenever not only this carry bit, you also have in PSW different flags. The flags which can by adding this both, what are the flags they can be affected are carry flag, auxiliary carry flag and parity. Just try to recollect the PSW register, because let me clear this and write here clearly. Yeah, these are the flags. One is CY, carry flag, one is auxiliary carry, and another is parity. So why do this parity bit, auxiliary carry and carry, why do they affect? So I just took an example for FE. So let me write FE in binary. So FE means this is F. Okay, E means this is E. Okay, this is a binary term for FE. Next, in R1 I have taken 7 5. So 7 5 means this will be equal to 7. Okay, and this will be equal to 5. When you add this, here 0 plus 1 you will get 1, 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 1 0, carry 1, 1 plus 1 0, 0 plus 0 0. So with carry 1, here you will get a carry. See, from here you are getting a carry to here. So now here you will get 1 plus 1, you will get 0 with carry 1. So carry goes here, and that 0 plus 1 will become 1. Next, 1 plus 1, same, even here you will get 1, and here you will have a carry 1. Same, here also you will get 1, and here you will have a carry 1. Okay, so now here 1 plus 1 you will get 0 with carry 1. So here you are getting a carry. After D7th bit you are getting a carry. So this is your result. That is nothing but this is 7 3. This is 7 3. Okay, the 4 bits 7 and this is 3 in hexa. So what was the question? What was addition here? The addition between FE and 7 5. If you add, you will get 7 3. Okay, so now these bits, why do they affect? Okay, because see, when will carry bit affect? Whenever you have at this D7th bit, after D7th bit if you have a carry, then this carry flag will be equal to 1. Next one, auxiliary carry. When will this auxiliary carry affect is whenever you have a carry from the this lower nibble to higher nibble. That means, see, this is the lower nibble. Okay, and from here you are getting a carry. Okay, that means from D3rd bit to D4th bit, if you have a carry, then auxiliary carry will be equal to 1. Okay, is that fine? Next, parity bit. So parity bit is nothing but even parity or odd parity will show that. So just check with the result. In result you have how many number of ones? Odd number of ones. So that means this parity will be equal to 1. If you have odd number of ones, this parity bit will be equal to 1. If you have even number of ones, then this parity bit will be equal to 0. Okay, so in the result you have odd number of ones. You have 5 ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have odd number of ones, so parity is 1. So these are the flags which it affects. For this example I have taken. If I take some smaller number, then I'll not have a carry at D7th bit. Then this won't be 1. This will be in preset condition. If there is no carry from D3rd to D4th bit, then even auxiliary carry won't be 1. Okay. So in this way carry flags affect while this addition instruction is executed. So this addition is 8-bit addition between accumulator and any second operand. So in this case the instruction was ADD A, R1. Okay. Now in case if you instead of this, if you take ADD add A, the place won't be sufficient here, I'll write ADD A, in A I took FE before, so same thing, instead of taking R1 I'll write a immediate data here. Immediate data is nothing but I'll 75H. If I do this in A I have a content FE, then I'll get a same result. Okay, but here instead of taking R1, instead of taking register, I have taken direct data. Oh, sorry, immediate data. Okay. Now instead of that, if I can also write some address like 42H. That means inside A you will have FE and inside 42 address you will have 75. See, these are the examples I am assuming, FE and 75. Okay, I took these examples because if you solve this, you will get a carry flag, auxiliary carry, and also parity. So that is the reason I have taken these values. You can take any values you can assume and you can add. So now in this 42 location you will get this so and so 75 value, and if you add you will get the same result again. So in this way you can take in any different addressing modes. Okay, these instructions can be used in any different addressing modes, but always you should have an accumulator in this all arithmetic operations. Next, ADDC. See, ADDC is nothing but for 16-bit addition you will generally take this. Okay, so 8-bit addition between the accumulator and the second operand and the previous value of the carry flag. Okay, so what it does is it will add the accumulator, second operand, and also if you have a carry in the PSW register, the previous value carry, it will also add that. Okay, previous value carry, why am I telling this is because generally for 8-bit addition you will consider this ADD. If you wanted 16-bit addition, for example, if you want to add 2001 and 2002, so generally even in exam you will get 2003, but this is of 16-bit, 8-bit and 8-bit, right? So how to add this is, first take this LSB 01 and 02. So 01 and 02, add them. After adding you will get 03 here. Okay, next you take this 2 you add once, next second time you add 2020, and then you will have a answer as 40, not 20. Okay, so the result will be 4003. So in here you have 40 in one register you save, in 03 in one register you save. Okay, because 8051 can't it doesn't have 16-bit data bus, it has 8-bit data bus. So for the 16-bit addition you can do 2 times. Here when will I take ADDC means, see, first I am doing this addition, right? In this case 01 and 02 is not generating any carry over here. In case if I take some 9 and 6, okay, in terms of binary if you write, you will get a carry here, carry will be generated. So that time what it does is it will add this 2020 plus carry. Okay, so I mean in that LSB it will take this carry also. So this carry also is been added for this second time addition in for 16-bit addition. So in this case this ADDC is, then you will write ADDC, this instruction you will write in that case. Okay, see, useful for 16-bit addition in 2 steps. We did in 2 steps. One was I added 01 and 03. Okay, LSB terms of 2 different values. Then again I added 20 and 20. So I got result as 40. That is second addition. So and the carry flag is set or reset appropriately. So nothing but same again, any different flags can be affected in this PSW register using this instruction. So if you wanted this ADDC carry example, I'll just give you one small example for that. We will take an instruction A, D, D, C, A, comma, data 4, 5, H. Okay. So the content present in this A, let it be 33H. I'll take A is equal to 33H. So if you write it in binary, 33 you will write it as 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, sorry, 0, 1, 1. Okay, then 4, 5. 4, 5 can be written as 0, 1, 0, 0, and 5 can, this is 0. 5 can be written as 0, 1, 0, 1. If you add this, you will get Yeah, see, with this you also have previously in PSW register, if you have a carry bit is equal to 1, we are also considering this. Okay, if I didn't take any 16-bit addition here, I am doing 8-bit addition only. But see, time of adding this, actually what does this instruction do? This is not B, this is D. So 1 plus 1, you will get 0, 1 carry, 0, 1 carry, 0, 1 carry, and you will get 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay, so this is the solution you got. But for this, just see, also the carry will be added. This is not a exact solution what you get generally. So that will be generally after execution you will have carry is equal to 0, because this carry will be added in this. Okay, so when we'll add this into this so and so numbers, so the result what you get will be is, in the end after execution, A will be equal to 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Is that fine? You will get this, and carry will be equal to 0 after execution. Before execution, carry will be equal to 1, but after execution, carry will be equal to 0, because with these two terms, carry will also be added. Okay, this 1 in A, whatever content 33, if you take 33 and 45, all this will be added. For example, see, if I write here this carry 1, this will become 1 plus 1, 0 with carry 1 here, 0 plus 1, this will become 1 here. Then again 1 plus 1, 0, 1, 0 and 1. So in this way it keeps on adding. So the carry also will be added into this terms. So the carry flag is set or reset. If you have any carry from lower nibble to higher nibble, then auxiliary carry will be set, and the result, okay, depends on the number of ones you have. So then if it is odd parity or even parity, even depending on that parity flag also will set or reset. See, this is 16-bit addition. Here we can clearly see this ADDC. Okay, this instruction, in this it is very clear. So for 16-bit addition, what we do is, see, first the question is add 1E44 to 56CAH. So before I took 2001 and 2002, right? So here this is a 16-bit data and this is a 16-bit data. Save the result in R1 and R2 registers. This is the question they have given. Okay, so when they give this is the question they have given, one 16-bit value and other 16-bit value. Two 16-bit values should be added, and after adding, the result should be stored in two registers, because I can't directly store 16-bit value in one register here, as we are adding 8-bit at a time and another 8-bit at a time. So that result will be stored in one register and other 8-bit result will be stored in other register. So here first we need to check this. I have 1E44. Next I have 56CA. Okay. So when I have this, what will I do is I will just see which are lower bits first. I will add two lower bits first. So these are the lower bits. So I will add first this 44 and CAA. So after adding, whatever result I get, that result should be stored in R1. Okay, and after adding, even if I get a carry, then in PSW register the carry will be set to 1. Okay, because if I add this and store, if I don't consider a carry from here to here, then that is not you won't get a proper result. Okay, the result will be incorrect in case if you get a carry here and if you won't add it here. So always whenever you get a carry from here, to D7th bit to D8th bit, you should always add it. So that is the reason you should take here A, D, D, C. First time I have taken add this both. Second time I am adding this both values, higher bit values plus carry. So we'll see how is that happening. Yeah, first origin, I mean we have taken 000H location, we started from there, our program. Next clear C. So in PSW register, if the carry is set or reset, whatever it is, first we are clearing that flag. Okay, next I am adding this both 44 and CAH. So move A comma 44H. So move A comma 44H means in A will be loaded with 44H. Okay, so in A 8-bit register, 44H means you will have 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Okay, this is for 4 and 4. Next, you'll have, next I'm not trying to move this CA into some other register. I can also move into R0 or R1, and I can write an instruction add A comma R1 or R0. Instead of that, he has taken a direct immediate data here. So that is the CA. Okay, so let's write it here, CA. So C and A. C means 12. So 12, 8. This is the value for C in hexa. For A means 10, 1, 0, 1, 0. So I need to add this. This is 8-bit addition. Okay. So I am adding, this is 4, 4, this is 4, 4 and this is CA. So here add A comma CA means C, 0 plus 0 I will get 0, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 0 plus 1, 1, here I will get 0, 0, 1 plus 1, 0 with carry 1. Okay, and here 1 plus 0 plus 1 is nothing but you will get 0 and carry. So here you are getting a carry from here. So when you get a carry over here, what you are going to do is, this carry will affect in PSW register. That means now carry will be equal to 1 after execution of this line. After execution of this line. Okay, is that fine? So now next what I need to do is, I need to add this both plus this carry. So this 3 I need to add. So to add that, I am taking this instruction because this ADDC means it will add these two numbers with the carry. That is the meaning of that instruction. So I have such instruction. So I will directly write ADDC. So now if I write ADDC, so before writing that, first we will store this value, as I will write that value somewhere and I will keep. So the value what I got was, see here I have 4 zeros. That means I got, I need to store this into R1 right first. So see, this is the instruction, move A comma R1. Now this result is stored in, see in this instruction, destination is A. So that result is stored in A. Now that A is moved to R1. Okay. So in R1 I am storing 0, 0, 0 means this is 0 in hexa and this is E. 0 EH is being stored in R1. Okay. Now just remember this, R1 is equal to 0 EH this and CY is equal to 1. Is that fine? Yes, now this lower 8 bits are being added of first number and of second number. Now this higher 8 bits, okay, upper 8 bits of first number is 1E, second number is 5, 6. That again I will write it in binary. 1 means 0, 0, 0, 1. E means I will get 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay. Next 5 6, 5 means 0 1 0 1, 6 0 4 5 6 0. Okay, here I don't have a sufficient place. This is 1 1 0. Yeah, now this is the this two values. After that I also want to add the carry here. I also have a carry here from if I add a complete 16-bit number manually in your book, so I'll write all the 16 bits at a time. So total you will have D0 to D15 bits, right? So now you have a carry from D7th bit to D8th bit if you do it manually. So here in 8051 I have only 8-bit data bus, so I can add 8 bits at a time. So what I'll do, using addition I added first lower bits, then if I get a carry, automatically in this PSW carry flag will be 1, and this instruction is designed in such a way that it can add the higher 2 bits plus carry. If carry is equal to 0, also it will take that carry as 0. If carry is equal to 0, here this will add a 0. If carry is equal to 1, then it will take here it as 1. Is that fine? So now we'll add this. So when we'll add this, we'll get here 1, and here I'll get 0 1 carry, then 1 here 1 carry, 0 1 carry, 1 1 carry, 1 1 0. Okay, is that fine? So this is the binary addition. So now we'll see the result. So result is, see, this is 7 and this is 5. Okay, now this is 7 5 is stored in, after, see, I have move a comma 1e. 1e means this higher first numbers higher bits. Next addition, already a has 1e here. Okay, and plus this 5 6 I added. After adding this both, the result I got is 7 5. Now that 7 5 should be moved into a here, because the result is stored in accumulator. So after execution of this line, result is stored in accumulator. So now that accumulator is moved into R2, because in question he mentioned save in R1 and R2. Okay, so A is moved to R2. So now R2 is equal to 7 5H. Is that fine? So now after adding this complete 16-bit of two numbers, I got result as 7 5 and 0e. See, 7 5 after adding this both higher bits. So if I write it in, so now I added 1E44 and 5 6 CA. Okay, when I added this, when I added lower bits 4 4 and CA, I got 0e, which is stored in R1. So this is 0e. Okay, which is stored in R1. Then when I added this upper bits with a carry, which I got from this lower bits, then I got 7 5, which is stored in R2 here. So that was 7 5. So when you add this 16-bit two numbers, I got 750E as a result. And after addition, see here I didn't get any carry in the last here. Okay, I didn't get any carry here. So PSW register will be equal to, in PSW register carry will be equal to 0. So after doing all this, in my end result, I got 750E as a result, which is stored in R2 and R1. Okay, R2 has higher bits of this result, and this R1 has lower bits of the result. And this is, CY is equal to carry, because whenever I added the complete addition after this ADDC, the carry, I didn't get any carry at D 7th bit of this ADDC. If you write it in manual, at D 15th bit I will not have any carry. Okay, so that means carry is equal to 0 in PSW. This is the overall result after this 16-bit addition. So now this add and ADDC, you must have been, it might be clear now how these two instructions operate. Okay. So we'll end this here. In the next class we'll see other instructions with a few examples. Okay, so different additions. You have BCD addition. For that you need this DAA. Okay, we'll see what is this instruction, what it does, and then subtraction, division, multiplication, increment, decrement, all this. So we'll end the class today. Thank you. Yes, so now we'll see DAA. This DAA is nothing but decimal adjust, and we'll always use it with the accumulator. Okay, this register itself. So DAA means generally we'll use this for BCD addition. If you do a normal binary addition or some other addition, if you add, that is enough. If you use this instructions ADD or ADDC, okay, with carry, then that is enough. But for this BCD addition, you need to write this after adding 2 digits. If you want to add 2 numbers, after writing ADD A comma R, excuse. Yeah, if you write here ADD A comma R1, then after this you should also write DAA. DA is nothing but decimal adjust. A is accumulator. So always the result is stored in accumulator after addition. So you need to do this decimal adjust with this accumulator. So how we need to do that? We'll see what is operations and all. Here format the accumulator into a proper 2-digit packed BCD number, operates only on accumulator, works only after the addition instruction. Okay, so this we'll see. We also have programs for packed and unpacked BCD numbers, but see here, these are the 2 important points. One is operates only on accumulator, so you can use only DA with accumulator. You can't use some other register like R0, R1 or B register in that way. You should always use accumulator for this decimal adjust. And it works only after the addition instruction. After adding 2 numbers, then the result is stored in accumulator, right? So only after that you need to write this decimal adjust accumulator. Is that fine? And now what is the operation of this? What it actually does? Okay, so whenever you try to add the 2 numbers using addition operation, what it does is, see, let me show you. First let me add (23) and 49. Okay, hexa numbers. If you add this both, try to solve it, take a pen and paper, try to solve it, convert them into binary and try to add them. When you add them, the answer what you get will be is 6C. Hexa. If you add this both numbers. So for this, first I'll write an instruction add, okay, ADD add A comma R1, and this I'll equate to A and this I'll equate to R1. I'll just load the this 23 into A and load 49 into R1, and then I'll write add A comma R1. Okay, after adding this 6C will be in this accumulator after execution. Okay, 6CH. But this is binary addition, but if they ask the question, if the question it is like add the two BCD numbers, addition of BCD. If you wanted to convert that result into BCD format, okay, if you want to convert that binary number into BCD format, then what is procedure is, see, you need to check this result first. This is the lower nibble and this is the higher nibble. Okay, lower nibble means D0 to D3. This is D4 to D7. Okay, these are the lower nibbles and higher nibbles. So check both the nibbles. If any one nibble is greater than 9, then if it is greater than 9, you should always add that with 6. C you should add with 6 here, because this C is greater than 9 and this 6 is less than 9. So here no need of adding 6. Okay, here I am not adding any 6 because this number is less than 9. But if you get this number is greater than this hexa number is greater than 9, then always you should add 6 to that. Okay, so now convert this 6 here you got was 6C. So C is greater than 9, so you are adding 6 to this. Okay, so this answer what you got is normal binary addition. Whereas the 6 after adding 6, what you get, the result in the format of BCD. So if you convert this 6C into binary, what you will get is 0 1 1 0 and C is nothing but 1 1 0 0. For that you need to add 6. 6 where you need to add under this, because this is greater than 9. This is not greater than 9. So here I will add 0 1 1 0. If you add, the result what you will get is 2 and 7. Okay, you will get 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0. That's alright. 0 plus 1, sorry, 0 plus 0 you will get 0 1 0 1 carry 0 1 carry 1 1 1 0. So the answer is 7 and 2. So now after solving all this, so in normal binary format the answer you got was 6C. Okay, by adding 2 3 and 4 9, all are hexa values. Okay, but this is, you will use add instruction. After that, if you write DAA, if it is less than, for example, if you got 6 6, which is in case if you got 6 6 as the result over here, if it is less than 9, then this DAA will be still there, but it is less than 9, so it doesn't add with 6. Okay, so it will just follow the other steps. But in case if it is less than greater than 9, then it will automatically add 6 here. So when it adds 6 here, then your result will be 7 2H. We try to do this in binary. Okay, we have a program on this. We'll even see there what actually is happening using this DAA. So this DAA, this decimal adjust accumulator after addition, it is used after addition only. Okay, when we add two numbers, the result is in binary. Generally, whenever we add any two numbers, the result is in binary. To adjust the result in BCD, then DAA is used, followed by those addition instructions. As we know that after adding, if the lower 4 bits is greater than 9, then 6 is added to that lower 4 bits result. If upper 4 bits are greater than 09, then 6 0 is added. Okay, to adjust the result in BCD. And in this all the flags are affected. Okay, carry flag, auxiliary carry, overflow, OV flag, and then in this PSW these flags are okay. These flags are affected. So all you need to remember is, when the result lower bits or higher bits, whenever you get greater than lower bits greater than 9, after addition the result, if you get the lower bits of result, if you get greater than 9, then 6 is added. Okay, 0 6. If the higher bits are greater than 9, then 6 0 is added. Okay, for lower bits 0 6, for higher bits 6 0. Okay, in that way we'll add. Next you have sub A comma source. So always you need to have accumulator to store the result at destination side. Then you have the source. It can be any immediate data or direct address or some register, okay, or indirect register. Using indirect register addressing mode also you can use. So subtract with borrow. For this instruction is SUBB. It is not SUB, it is SUBB. Subtract. Okay. So here whenever if you get a borrow in PSW register, the carry flag will be high. See, subtract an operand and the previous value of the borrow flag from the accumulator. So that means why did I say that carry will be high? Because from PSW register it will borrow that one. Whenever you have a borrow at D7th bit, okay, you will generally take that carry from PSW register. See, subtract an operand and the previous value of the borrow, that means carry flag, from the accumulator. So here the result is always saved in accumulator, the carry flag is set. So the flags which it affects, also the parity flag it will affect. Okay. So same way I did before, take two values. Before I did addition of two binary numbers, convert that hexa numbers into binary and try to do binary addition. Here same way, try to do binary subtraction. See, this is BCD addition.